It is history for Iowa's Caitlin Clark. She's now college basketball's all-time leading scorer.
This for college basketball history. She does it with a foul shot.
Clark entered the game needing just 18 points to pass Pistol Pete's 54-year-old record. She finished with 35 points and 9 assists, leading Iowa to a 93-83 win over Ohio State. Here is what Clark had to say about her historic accomplishment.
Hopefully I can inspire a lot of young girls to be able to dream to be on stages like this. And I think it's moving women's sports forward, not just women's basketball, but you're seeing it across all sports. And, women are pretty great too. So I'm just happy to be a part of it and have so many supportive people around me and, keep making history.
On Thursday, Clark announced she would enter the 2024 WNBA draft. She's expected to be the #1 overall draft pick. And for more on this, we are joined live by Lauren Tescala. She's the associate managing editor at The Gist. Thanks so much for joining us. 54 years in the making. Wow. How does something like this even happen? How would you describe this moment?
Yeah, this is such a special moment for college sports, for women's basketball in general. It happens because Caitlin Clark is just putting up jaw-dropping numbers night in and night out. She has those logo threes that you see. Her game is so exciting, so that's why she's putting up these stats. But it also happens because of women's basketball history. Something that's been exciting about this record chase, it's highlighted the women that came before her. So Lynette Woodard was in attendance for the game yesterday. She has the all-time non-NCAA scoring record, so it's built on the backs of those that came before as well.
Yeah, what a great time for women's basketball. If you can, talk about the significance of this for not only women's college basketball, but women's sport in general.
This is such an exciting time in women's sports. We have seen the Caitlin Clark effect in full force. The ticket sales are through the roof. The attendance numbers are off the charts. We saw celebrities at the game. Travis Scott was courtside to see this moment. So it's such a great moment. It's because of Caitlin Clark, but it also shows what's possible. We're heading into Women's March Madness in just a couple of weeks here, and we've seen the support around the game, and it's just going to keep growing as we move forward in the weeks ahead.
I want to talk to you more about what you just described as the Caitlin Clark effect. When you watch her on the court as a player, what do you think stands out about this young woman?
It's really her confidence. It is something we don't see a lot in women's sports. She has this swagger to her. She does a lot of trash talking out there. When you play like that, you can do whatever you want. The trash talk definitely comes with it. But she just has this confidence, and to pull up from half court, that's how she set the all-time NCAA women's record. It's something that is pulling in viewers all over, and it's appointment viewing. You want to see what she's going to do next because you just don't know what she's capable of.
And she talked about inspiring young women everywhere. To listen to her say something like that at a time like this in her career, what do you think that means to young players?
It's so special. I think that's something that's unique about Caitlin Clark. She really cares about the young girls. Maya Moore, who is a WNBA great, was in attendance at the game yesterday as well. And Caitlin Clark actually grew up watching Maya Moore. So to see that come full circle, it's because of those that came before. She wants to inspire that next generation. And you're seeing it on youth courts across North America. Those young girls are grabbing basketballs. They're pulling up for their own logo threes. So she's making that impact.
Yeah, and Lauren, I want to talk to you about what's next for Caitlin, but also what's next this season. We've got the Big Ten tournament and then March Madness, of course. Set this up for us if you can.
Sure, happy to. So the conference tournaments are starting up this week, heading into March Madness, which is Selection Sundays on March 17th. So we have the conference tournaments first. Iowa is the #2 seed in the Big Ten tournament. Ohio State, who they beat yesterday, is #1. So they're poised to make another deep run. That tournament's also already sold out, of course, because everyone wants to see Caitlin Clark. And then after the conference tournaments, we have March Madness. Iowa were the runner-up last year, and they're going to want to make another deep run and send Caitlin Clark off with a storybook ending there.
All right, Lauren Tescala, Associate Managing Editor at The Gist. Thanks so much for this conversation. Really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.